I know very many viewers of this channel, United Matters channel, like Antony to join Manchester United, but as it looks like United have backed away from Antony over Ajax valuation of the Brazilian forward in the for you. But we are going to discuss this and I'm going to dissect it and we'll bring it to you according to what my medulla oblongata is really telling me about what this deal is all about. But very many people are really talking about this. Fabrizio Romano, Telegraph Daka, that is James Daka, correspondent of Manchester United at a site which goes by names of the Telegraph, and even the manager himself is talking something about these players that United want to sign in the for you, and he is really so much on point and so much specific on the kind of players he wants, meaning that he is going in for these players. Just task the board, get me the players I want. I don't want players like act like those I want. I want these players. I don't want dummies. I want the real players that I really put up on my list in the for you. That's why the transfer of United, or the transfers of United are really going at a snail pace, because the manager is telling them negotiate those deals until you get me those players in there for you. So another story is all about Frankie de Jong giving us assurance that his Telegraph Daka or James Daka, a reporter, as I've told you, correspondent of Manchester United at the Telegraph, about a player who goes by the names of de Jong, that United wouldn't really go all this long to really go in and renegotiate this deal if at all they never knew that this deal could materialize in there for you. And he is strengthening us, and I think this is a communication from the club after Chelsea was really rumored or confirmed that they are really into talks with Barcelona over the signing in of Frankie de Jong. Then the man who is really all over the news, Benjamin Sesko. People call him Sesko, others call him Sesko, but I've heard that in Slovenia, the right pronunciation of this guy is Sesko in there for you. So that is a man who goes by the name of Benjamin Sesko in there for you. He's also into our story of the day. And guys, what else do we have to do? Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. You've always asked me, how do you subscribe? Lower right bottom corner, that red button, hit it and then hit the notification bell that will enable you get notified each and every time I upload a video onto this channel. All right, let's get straight into the Antony story, because it looks like it's going to be a longer video than I expected, because lots of stories have been put out. And let me tell you this, my role in here onto this channel is to really come here and explain every story that I put up onto your screen, because I report the news and I give you my opinion, and I later set the ball rolling to you, the viewers of United Matters channel, and then you tell me what you think about the stories I've talked about, and you also challenge my opinion, because my opinion is not the alpha and omega. No way. I'm not a dictator to that point. My opinion is really over to you, and you have the right to tell me what you think about it in here for you. So James Daka, he's a northern football correspondent, Daily and Sunday Telegraph for Manchester United and Man City. He has told us that Manchester United have already backed away from Antony over Ajax's valuation of the Brazilian forward in there for you. Now, this is the second time this story is being put out in the news by a source close to Manchester United. And to me, what runs in my mind is that United are just creating pressure, all piling pressure to Ajax that, all right, if you're not taking our money, we are really getting out of this deal. You get? I think this is a strategy that United have put up, and I know it works. It works because Ajax know that they're not going to keep Antony. Antony and his agent are trying to be professional. They really want to go in and really act normally, but they have told the board, don't price us out of a move to Manchester United. According to what we really know way back from this deal of Antony, they had put 50 million euros on Antony. You get? As time went on, when United was really trying to persuade Barcelona to really get them Frankie de Jong because the player was up for sale, because Eric Ten Hag told them that please don't accelerate to any deal before you really agree a deal with Barcelona over Frankie de Jong. And when we agreed a deal on Frankie de Jong, that's when you saw us going in for Tyrell Malacia, Lisandro Martinez and Christian Eriksen. You know that very well. Then secondly, Ajax, what they did was to bring in a replacement, or a person who's going to play into the foot of Antony, known as Francisco Conceição from Portugal. and they bought him there because they know this lad is leaving. You get? Now, they increased it from 50 million euros to 60 million euros. Then from 60 million euros to 70 million euros. And a week before Fabrizio Romano came out and really told us the realistic evaluation that Ajax is really putting onto or slapping onto Antony, they had reported that they want 100 million euros. And they said, oh my, this is pricing out United from Imov to sign this guy. And Fabrizio Romano came out this week and told us that, please, the realistic evaluation of Antony is 80 to 85 million euros. That's what Ajax is really wanting. You get? So, I really believe that United have put up money close to 70 million euros or 61 million pounds in there for you to sign a player who goes by names of Antony. So, we are waiting to see where that is going to take us. But all in all, lots of stories are being put out by United. I'm 100% sure it's United putting up these stories to show to show a team which goes by the names of Ajax that we are going to back out of this deal if at all we don't really accept the money we are giving you, because 60 million pounds to me for Antony is okay. And even if we stretch to 70, it's okay because he's really talented and the manager needs him. And this manager knows how to use this player. I'm not 100% sure that he will not flop, but he has a percentage of like 80 or 90% to really prosper at Manchester United or hit the ground running at Manchester United, because this is the system that has been playing with at Ajax. He's under the same manager, and I really believe that we need him at Manchester United, and it's going to be put out like this for very many times until this player is going to be forced to put out a move. Remember, a story was put out on, was it by Sith of Sky Sports last week, that United have now put out close to 70 million pounds. That's the money they have, and they're really leaving it to the player and the agent to really push this deal to come to happening in there for you. And obviously, Antony and the agent will work on this, because that's what Lisandro Martinez really did to really force himself out of Ajax. Ajax know themselves they're selling club, but they really want to milk out every penny they expect from this deal, and they think that United is desperate, and United have really gone ahead to do this and put this in the news. Guys, there is this story that is really going to shock you, but it's going to shock those who don't watch this channel regularly. But for my case, I'm not shocked because I already reported this story like 2.5 weeks back. Nabil Delit, you get, he's from France, and when you hear him from France, is that when you hear this journalist from France, don't be worried and shocked. He's having close to 414,000 followers on Twitter. And why am I really relying him so much on? It's because Hakim Ziyech comes in from Morocco, and Morocco really has so much connection to the side which goes by names of France in there for you. And Hakim Ziyech is a player in this that Erik ten Hag wants to sign Hakim Ziyech at Manchester United. It is one of the priorities, but the Moroccan winger is not unanimous within the club. But I will believe that the club cannot really block a signing that Erik ten Hag wants. The reason as to why this story has been put out is because they want to show Ajax that if at all you think that we are only having Antony to a ladder, we can go in for much cheaper option at Chelsea in the names of Ziyech, because Ziyech, he's more proven than Antony. The only difference is the age. You get, Antony is 22 and Ziyech is 29. You get a 7-age difference. But when you look at Ziyech, I really believe he's a more proven player than Antony. And the problem is him not hitting the ground running at Chelsea. It's because of Thomas Tuchel. The system that Thomas Tuchel plays at Chelsea doesn't favor certain players. That's why you see to it that Lukaku was even loaned back at Inter Milan when they bought him. Reason being, he couldn't fit the system of Thomas Tuchel. You get? And I don't blame Thomas Tuchel on this, because these are players that he never bought. He never bought these players. He just found them here. You get? So, someone come in and said, we don't need Ziyech. Ziyech is a flop at Chelsea, guys. Ziyech is not a flop. Every time you see him in the field of play, he at least gets you some little cameos in the way that you can come here and say, oh, Ziyech is a very good player. Those colors, cutting inside, and he knows exactly what Ten Hag is all about. And as I always told you that I'm not worried about us signing these players when the season has kicked off. For me, my worry is all about these players at Manchester United who have not yet fitted into the system of Erik ten Hag, who have not yet grasped it, because Jong knows it, Antony knows it, and maybe Ziyech also knows it. You get? So those are my worries. But these incoming players know the A to the Z of Erik ten Hag. So these players at United are the ones I'm worried about, that they might not fit into the system of Erik ten Hag, and they might really delay our flow of the ball, especially players like Scott McTominay, who can't do one-touch football in the for you. The world pass to him is a nightmare. Just know that it's a nightmare to a player who goes by the names of Scott McTominay. But when you see these stories and how they are coming in through, because they've come out almost at once today, you get, it shows you that United are really trying to force a deal and to frustrate Ajax. That, all right, who do you think is going to get you that money? All right, let us pull out of this deal and really go ahead and sign in someone who acts like Antony at United and see whether you will really be happy. Which team is going to give you the money that we are going to give you? And I really believe that this will be followed by Antony forcing a move out of Ajax because acting professionally, but it reaches a time when you really believe that it has really gone beyond your sleeve and you have to go ahead and really push for this move, because it's a once in life moment. Trust me, Antony might be on the ladder this time around, and next season he might not be those of the players that big teams are looking at. It has happened to very many players that have missed out on big deals in the for you because they don't shine the next season. So that's why Antony and his agent are trying to push out on this deal to happen in the for you. And United are really putting out stories like this, that you are going in for Hakimi Ziyech, but you're waiting to see whether United will go in for Hakimi Ziyech. Something I really believe that it's like a poach for a player who goes by the names of Antony and Ajax to really be told that please do the needful because you're backing out of this deal. Now, to confirm what I'm saying, Fabrizio Romano said this on the Here We Go. It's not the Here We Go podcast, on the Court Offside podcast. He said, when asked about Antony, about what has been put out by James Daka, United in for player who goes by the names of by names of Ziyech. This is what he said. I wouldn't rule anything out for Antony, as he's always been a top target for Man United. However, the club will not spend upwards of 90 million on him. You hear? You hear? Meaning that United are willing to go in and spend 80 million euros onto this player. Let me convert 8 million euros in here for you. 80 million euros. It's 67 million pounds. United are adamant we are not going to spend more than 80 million euros. That is 67 million pounds onto a man who goes by names of Ziyech. Sorry, Antony. If at all, Fabrizio is telling us that they won't go north of 90 million pounds, meaning that United won't exceed 75 million pounds. Now tell me, if United put 75 million pounds on the table, how can Ajax fail to sell this player? This player will go and tell them, guys, however much you have 30% to pay to Sao Paulo, but you've made even more than what you expected. At the beginning of the summer transfer window, Ajax only expected 50 million euros. That is like 41 million pounds, 42 million pounds. And now they are getting 75 from Manchester United. How much more to that? 34 more million pounds from this deal. If you get 30% out of the 75, that is close to 23 million pounds. You pay it to Sao Paulo and you're going to make a profit of how much? 75 less 23? That is close to 52 million pounds. You're having 52 million pounds with you and you don't want to let me go out of Manchester United. This is where everything is going to go in the hands of the agent of Antony, and Antony to really push a move away from Ajax. Obviously, United wants to take Antony. They are saying we can't exceed 75 million pounds. And that's what we have for Antony. If at all you don't want that amount of money, we are pulling out. This has been confirmed by the #1 transfer guru, that is Fabrizio Romano. Are you now still in doubt? The way we started this story was like a sorry to the fans of United Matters channel who don't really like United to miss out on Antony. And we thought that, oh my God, are we going to miss out on Antony? But at the end of it, I'm really showing you what Fabrizio is telling us, that obviously United 100% into this, and they won't go ahead, or they won't go more than 90 million euros north. That's it. They won't. But obviously, when you hear 90 million euros, what puts you away from such a deal? You expect it to happen, isn't it? All right, let's get into this, and you know what is happening there for you. So smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. That is Antony for you, pushing for move to Manchester United, linked to ZH, but I really rubbish all that. I will believe that it's pressure being piled to a team which goes by the name of Ajax to accept the £75 million United have on table. I think that offer has been put out there and everything is going on as planned in there for you. Now, even Erik ten Hag had this to say on Sky Sports on the kind of players he wants, emphasizing and cementing that he wants the Jong and Antony. He never mentioned their names, but he said of the qualities that he wanted or he wants at Manchester United. He said in his own words, we know what we want, and it's not about signing players. It's about signing the right players. It's not all about signing players. It's about signing the right players. And this is what United has always been doing. United has been signing players, but not signing the right players. And this is the manager who comes in and tells us that, please, it's not all about signing players. And it's all about signing the right players that fit my philosophy. We are really planning it carefully. Have you heard that? We are really planning it carefully, strict to that and hard working to get the right players in to construct a good squad who can win games. You get? This is what we've been really lacking. We lacked a manager who had his ground, who always stood on his ground and told the board, this is what I want. Because the board of United doesn't want to go in complex deals. Yet, every team that you see in this world that is big, in the level of Manchester United, name it, Madrid, Barcelona, PSG, Bayern Munich, Man City, Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool, they go in for complex deals. Look at the deal of Jules Koundé. Look at the deal of Rafinha. If you can't really go in for complex deals like that, then you can't compete for top class or world class players. So this is what Ten Hag is telling the board. You need to be competent enough to get me top class and world class players, because the only one I'm going to compete with the likes of Pep Guardiola is to be having such players. I need the De Jongs here, I need the Antonys here, and we need to bring in them here to construct a squad that can win games. We are not going to go for any Tom, Dick and Harry in this club. That's not what we want. There are specific players with specific qualities that I want to this club, because I know what it means. Yet, what it means to coach quality players. Look at Pep Guardiola. Why did he really go in and really bring in mediocre players? And he went in for top class players because he knows how good it is for his team having quality players. Look at Barcelona when he was there. Why did he have Messi, Iniesta, Xavi, Pedro, Busquets? You get? Dani Alves, Gerard Piqué. You get? Because he knows that it's always good and beneficial to a good quality manager like him to have quality players. You get? So, when you look at what Ten Hag has said about these players that they're going to sign, that when we are planning carefully, strict to that, and hardworking to get the right players, you get the right players. Because he believes that when he gets in Frankie de Jong, it's all done and dusted. You get? He can mend onto the midfield alongside him and Eriksen. You get? But if at all it was another manager, not like Erik ten Hag, would have been looming everywhere, trying to get in players because Frankie de Jong is taking long. Let's bring another player for you. Guys, to me, I 100% believe that if we don't get in Frankie de Jong, let's really see what will happen from the manager. Let's back the manager, but I really believe that we are really getting this player. So, even Antony, I know we are going to get this player because United has not been so much involved in doing complex deals. That's it recently. Which deal have we really won in the recent days? You get? We lost Darwin Núñez. You get? We lost Chomini. We lost Camavinga. We lost Erling Haaland battle. We lost the battle of Bellingham. We lost which other deal have we lost recently? We lost very many deals, by the way. We've been losers, and that's why you see that we've been going in for second choice. But Erik ten Hag is saying, I want my first choice signings in here all. You get? So he's tasking the board to do what they've not been doing regularly for you. But all in all, that is good from a manager who goes by names of Ten Hag, and I really like it that way. So when you look at that, it confirms to us that United are in for Antony. They are in for Antony, and they want They want Antony. They don't want something that works like Antony. They want something that is Antony. You get? So, guys, don't be so much frightened about this news being brought out there for you. Be strong. Be positive. According to what Fabrizio is telling us, that United won't go north of 90 million euros, obviously, and that will really help us really negotiate a deal with Ajax. And it will really tell Antony that, please, the board of United will tell the agent of Antony that, please, we've put out 75 million pounds or 90 million euros, and they don't want to get us that players. Then what should we do? You get? We've done our best. So the ball is in your hands. Tell them to accept 75 million pounds from United and get the player. Obviously, the player will go on and really force Ajax to really to sell this player to Manchester United. Obviously. So from that, let's get to the De Jong story that has really swirling around the world as far as it's concerned in here onto the United Matters channel. But smash the like button, guys, and subscribe to this channel, guys. Remember, we are just 4,000 subscribers and we are left with 6,000 to hit our target of this month. We want 10,000 subscribers. Let's see, roll to the maximum where we want to be. Obviously, John Cross, he's a chief football writer in there for you at the Mirror, or Football Mirror. He told us that Chelsea have made contact with Barcelona and held discussions with Frankie de Jong's representatives and are now strong contenders. But United remain keen on and are definitely not giving up. Obviously, we saw that yesterday. Now, we've been told by the same guy that Manchester United believe Frankie de Jong is ready to come, and the hold up has been over the 15 million pounds or 17 million euros rather than a reluctancy to move to Manchester United, but Barcelona are in a hurry to get the deal done. So, you see, 100% believe. To me, I'm not even 90%. I really believe that it's 100%. If we're not into Frankie de Jong, and Frankie de Jong had not confirmed to Erik ten Hag that I'm coming at Manchester United, I think would have already busted out of this deal. We would have really let this deal go on and really continue to do other things there for you. But reports are coming in and positivity is being painted out by Manchester United there for you that this deal is going to come to happen. And it's all about the player. United has already agreed everything with Barcelona, and the player wants to come to Old Trafford. Obviously, if it was way back when the players were not deciding where they wanting to go, I would have been worried, because Chelsea can go in mad onto that deal. You know that very well. Reason, they have two players that De Jong, they have two players that Barcelona is needing, that is Azpilicueta and Alonso. Marcos, the left back. But nowadays, it's the player who decides. You get? We've seen it this window. It's all the players who decide. The player makes a decision where he wants to go, and he's being really respected. So I really believe that this deal is really going to come to happen in the for you. And there is a lot of positivity that has been put out by Manchester United and the board in the for you. And this comes in from Jacob Steinberg. He has to tell us the following. Let me see. Jacob Steinberg has told us that a move for Manchester United target De Jong could prove difficult for Chelsea. They have plenty of competition in midfield, though Juventus are interested in Jorginho. So, you see, I've told you that United can't allow negativity to be thrown in right about now. You get? Reason being, they very much know that United fans are planning a demonstration on Sunday when you're playing Brighton. You know that very well. And they can't allow this to flow, because it will fuel the demonstrations to really be beyond. You get? So they don't want them to be beyond, and they want to really handle the situation in the free. And the way they're handling it shows you that this deal is going to happen. And I know they can't really allow themselves to mess up. This is what I really dream about. This is what is running my mind, that the board can't allow this to be messed up, because that photo of John Motaf and Antony at the offices of Barcelona to meet Joan Laporte in Barcelona will really be reiterating on social media and made fun of if at all Frankie de Jong doesn't come to Manchester United by 1st September, or if at all it crosses to Chelsea. And we very much know that we are entering the critical days of this deal. Reason being, Barcelona are starting their season on 13th of August, and they want to register players. And to show to you that they're really wanting to really get this done, they've also gone ahead to tell Sergio Busquets and Gerard Piqué to take a pay cut. That's it. They've let them take a pay cut, meaning that they are now ready to sell off Frankie de Jong. And if at all that £450,000 salary is slashed off their wage structure, and Frankie de Jong and Gerard Piqué plus Busquets really take a pay cut, then it will be done and dusted, and they'll be able to register in their new players. So I really believe that a lot of positivity is being preached by Manchester United, and let's wait and see where this is really going to go in there for you. Now, another positivity from a man from the club of United, known as James Ducker. James Ducker is a correspondent of Manchester United at The Telegraph. He has this to say: close to the club, being fed by the club. He's telling us that Man United insist that they would not have got this far down the line if they did not believe De Jong was willing to come. You see, this is where my hopes are. My hopes are on Erik ten Hag talking to Frankie de Jong, and secondly, United getting or spending a lot of time to really get this deal done, meaning that they have confirmation and assurance from the agent of Frankie de Jong and Frankie de Jong that everything is going to happen in here for you. But anything can change, but I don't really believe that De Jong can turn heel against his former manager, that is Erik ten Hag. He can't lie to him. I know he's going to tell him the truth in there for you. So smash the like button, comment and share. De Jong is all about that, and we are really getting only positivity from Manchester United in there for you. So that's what we had about a man who goes by the names of Frankie de Jong. Let's get into another story that excites very many guys. It's all about Benjamin Sesko. You ask me a lot about this guy, and to me what I do is to go in and really bring you the news as being reported in the by the transfer guru in the for you. Having told us that United really had a meeting with the agent of Benjamin Sesko, Fabrizio Romano is going to tell us that United had more than one direct meeting for Benjamin Sesko. Chelsea had a meeting with his agent last week, and there is another club in the race. The decision is up to the player in the next days in the for you. So very much crucial to see to it that Benjamin Sesko really comes to United in the for you, and United are in need of a centre forward without further ado. So another story coming in from James Ducker. He's telling us that, remember, he's being fed in by the club. He's saying that Benjamin Sesko is one target of interest for United, but United have so far been put off by his 50 million plus price tag during talks in the for you. So talks have been held, but the price is too much for Benjamin Sesko. But all in all, I know United will find means to really impress. They are going to impress. I know. By the end of this season, by the end of this transfer window, we'll be having at least a 7 or 8 out of 10 transfer window, because they're working with the outgoings and they want to bring in Benjamin Sesko. Benjamin Sesko plays in for Red Bull Salzburg, and he is really playing in that side, and we expect him to really come to United. Very many teams are in for him. Chelsea are chasing for him. Obviously, Chelsea are really track marking the footsteps of Manchester United. Where United puts its nose or feet to negotiate a deal, even Chelsea is in there. Let me give you an example. United went in for a player who goes by the names of Demafries, and Chelsea went and asked or made inquiries about that. United for Frankie de Jong, obviously into the mix. Chelsea wanting that player. Benjamin Sesko, Chelsea also in for that player. But I really believe that we are really going to get this player in the for you. I told you that it's now depending on the player, not on the club. You get? Benjamin Sesko, amongst all the teams that are really interested in him, no team has a manager with a reputation of really grooming talent, especially young talent. I think United is better. We are better with Erik ten Hag. He has groomed very many that have really come to grace the world stage, and now he has been doing at Ajax. Let's wait and see how he's going to integrate the young talent at Manchester United and the proven talent in here for you. But Benjamin Sesko is just on the ladder. United are really talking to him, but we are being told that the price is so much. 50 million euros. Fabrizio telling us 55 million euros in the for you, and we're waiting to see how United are going to undergo in this. I had someone very much credible, and I really laughed at myself and said, "Oh, how do people forget easily like this?" He was asking that, how can United spend 50 million pounds on a player like Benjamin Sesko, who is just 19 years of age? I told him, were you here in 2015? That was my question in my heart. Were you here in 2015? Obviously, he said, yes, I was here and supporting Manchester United. How much did United pay in for Antony Martial? We paid close to 33 million pounds for Antony Martial. And add-ons were amounting to how much? 55 million pounds, isn't it? So, If United spent 33 million pounds on Antony Martial, who is a centre forward from Monaco, tell me, how can't United spend 50 million pounds on this lad who is just 19 years of age? Ask me how. United will go to Red Bull Salzburg and tell them, please, we are offering you 30 million pounds upfront guaranteed fee. Then the 25 million pounds will come in according to these procedures, all these achievements. When we accomplish the season in the top 4, we get you 5 million pounds. You get? When you go to the Champions League, you get obviously that is going to the Champions League. When we really get out of the group stage of the Champions League, we get you 3 million pounds. When you win the Premier League, we get you 4 million pounds. When he becomes a Ballon d'Or winner, we get you 3 million pounds. When we do blah 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 blah, will happen. When he plays close to 20 games a season, he gets such a amount of money. You get such a amount of money. When he scores 20 goals a season or 10 goals a season, you get such and such amount of money. Obviously, we can really get this deal done and dusted like that. Not that we are going to get that entire money and then throw it to Salzburg. We can't. We can't. I know when you're buying a player who is young, you buy him by paying close to 60% of the entire fee they are really valuing him at. Then the add-ons cover up to 40%. You get? So I will believe that Benjamin Sesko will come in at Manchester United, if at all we really make a decision either for you. And my confirmation and confidence grew so much into this deal when I had a story coming in from Samuel Lucas. You know him, United correspondent for Manchester Evening News, when he told us that United or Erik ten Hag has told the board that he wants a centre forward. Whether Ronaldo stays or goes, he wants another centre forward. So obviously that was delivered home and I said, all right, I can now sit down and have a breather that we are really going to go in and really make it on Benjamin Sesko. All right, thank you very much for watching in. Your reaction to these stories are welcome in the comment section below. Frankie de Jong story, Antony and Benjamin Sesko. Thank you guys for watching in. I'm out. Good night. See you later tomorrow, guys. May the Almighty God bless you abundantly and I cover you all in the blood of Jesus Christ. Rock and David, I'm out, but subscribe to this channel, smash the like button, comment and share.